Hey everybody, Chris here. Welcome on a Monday night. Yeah, we've another dip in the crypto market today. So you're wondering, why am I showing this Dogecoin to the moon video as my intro? Because we know where Dogecoin's going and all of crypto, and it's going to take a while. So this is still accumulation time. This is still bear market time. And if we zoom out, we see we're right where we were a couple months ago. It's no difference. Nothing has changed. It's just that's the way the market kind of goes, up and down, up, down. And what we're looking on the chart here, let me go down to the corner. When you see that green circle, what does that mean? That means Chris bought some more crypto. And in this case, Dogecoin. I told you guys last week I was probably going to be buying more Dogecoin when there was a dip. And we actually had this double dip here. Last night there was that dip, but I was like, no, that's not low enough yet. We'll see what happens. And then we would have today another dip. And so I posted on Twitter, and here's my Twitter account, Kriss Pax on Twitter, and here I posted crypto dip. No, time to buy. Not financial advice. 50,000 Doge at 0.0712. That's right. 0.0712 was my Doge, and got 50,000 more Doge for my stash. So buying the dip, I tell you guys what I do, and I follow it up. So I bought some. Looks like Jason bought some too. Hey, Jason, bought some more. Squirrel, Pepe at 18, huh? At Pepe. We'll talk about Pepe in a little bit. Joshua says I'd rather buy safe food. Pepe's probably going to go on another night, another little run. So I wouldn't doubt it. I wouldn't doubt it. No notifications again? I must still be shadow banned. Oh, well. Well, you guys are here, so enjoy. Enjoy. So what do we got here? We got this double dip. Dogecoin, 7.26. Bitcoin was down at 27.5, now 27.6. See if Bitcoin can trade back up to 28,000 and sort of reclaim this area that it was trading at overnight. And ETH actually didn't drop too bad. ETH was relatively unscathed from this dip. There was a little bit of a dip here, but it wasn't too bad percentage-wise for ETH. And SHIB bounced right back up to where it was, and now is coming down a little bit more. But yeah, SHIB at 0.88 now. Yeah, that's down from where I bought it. But again, long-term view, right? I'm accumulating now for the next bull market. And so these movements up and down here, not worried about it. Would I rather it go up? Sure. Of course I'd rather it go up. But I've accumulated, and now I'm pretty good. I would love to get some more Jasmy still. That's the one that I still would like to get more, but it just keeps going up now. It's retraced quite a bit today, finally, but that's kind of where I am. So that's my quick overview. What else is going on here? Pepe, a bunch of ETH whales playing against each other. It is, and I've got a story about that too, because there's some whales that took a big hit, like lots of money. Pretty incredible. We're talking about that in a little bit. John says, sell in May, walk away. That's the saying. Doesn't always happen every year, though. And I think this might be the year where we see a little run in the summer. But we'll wait and see on that. We'll wait and see right on that. Not going to talk about Meow Coin. Sorry, next. I love Doge, but at the moment, I think Pepe is the better buy. Okay, guys, good luck. If we look at the Pepe chart, Now Pepe is it's gonna probably go on another little bit of a run, but if I zoom out here and I'm like, this is quite a retracement. And of course, a few nights ago, I was talking about Pepe, and I drew what that diagram could look like and how it's probably going to end up coming down and then flattening out. It's how long it will take for that to come down and flatten out. That we don't know. And whether there's going to be another secondary pump or not, or that's going to come for Pepe, that we don't know. But typically when we see these kinds of big runs up, it usually, does something like this, and it just comes right back down. Now, is Pepe going to do that? Or is there going to be some more buying and we're going to see something come back up in a secondary run? I don't know. That depends on the whales and what the whales want to do here. But right now, 184, let's call it, for Pepe at 184, there's a lot of people that were buying up here at 350, and they are down 50% on all of that. I mean, that's huge. That is huge. So be careful with this thing, because we don't know. We don't know if it's going to be a sheep where it's going to maintain some high market cap or not, because it's still too young, right? But it's a token that has no utility, don't know who the developers are. We know the devs were buying early and a crap ton of their own tokens and have been selling it and making millions. We know that. Other people have been making money too. So if you got in early and you made a good chunk of change, great. But right now, this is gambling at this point. Right here, it's gambling, because it's already lost half of its value from where it was. And we don't know where it's going to go from here. But I've got some news on Pepe and some of the details coming up. So we will talk about that. Again, I'm not going to talk about Mew, C, Meow, Cat, whatever. Jack says I'm not touching Pepe coin. I'm not either. I'm not touching. I'm not doing any Uniswap stuff, and I don't trade on MEXC, so I don't have a chance to buy it anyway. I guess it's on Crypto.com now, and I could get it there, but I was looking at the price, and it's just like, it's ridiculous. So not buying into it. So so we will see. Oh, I don't talk about tokens typically. I talk about layer 1s and layer 2s because that's what I buy, are layer 1s and layer 2. I've just never heard of this one that you're talking about. So you're talking about it like being listed on MEXC. So until it's on Binance, I'm not going to worry about it. So what's going on? Why did we have this big dip? Hey, up to 731. Got a little green candle going here. We like that during Kriss's streams. So why did Bitcoin and Ethereum, Dogecoin, and all cryptos pretty much go down? Well, one thing, Binance had to pause Bitcoin withdrawals. We'll talk about this in a little bit, but congestion on the Bitcoin blockchain, a lot of it due to ordinals, slowing it down. Withdrawals were all backed up. So that's not good when you get a lot of usage on this blockchain and people are starting to question, well, is the Bitcoin blockchain really all that great? It's proof of work cryptocurrency that's just going to be slogging slow. And I don't know why people are building all this stuff on the Bitcoin blockchain. I don't get it. Just because you can doesn't mean you should. So I don't get it. You've got Ethereum you can build on. You can build on Solana. You can build on Polygon. So all these other choices you can build on. So why are you building on Bitcoin? I don't know. I think some are doing it just to be like some of the first to do it, and maybe it'll get some attention by being on Bitcoin, but Bitcoin's slow. So, and how the Lightning Network will work on Bitcoin, and you don't build on the Lightning Network, you build on the blockchain, which is Bitcoin. So that's the way. And then we have these fears about the Ethereum Foundation moving $30 million of tokens to KuCoin. So there's fears that, or I'm sorry, Kraken, to Kraken. There's fears that they're going to be selling these Ethereum tokens. And so you get this FUD out there, this fear, like they moved it to Kraken, meaning they're going to sell. That's typically why you move to an exchange. But Ethereum didn't drop that much percentage-wise compared to most other crypto. So don't know much about that. But Bitcoin, because Binance had to temporarily close withdrawals, the Bitcoin network was extremely congested. On Sunday, there were almost 400,000 transactions waiting to be confirmed. So, and we also have the transaction fees on the Bitcoin network. They jumped from $1.20 last week up to $20 today for a fee. So that's not good. So you get all of that together, and what do you get? You get first the dip Sunday night, and then this dip today. Yeah, so that was it. Overall, I don't think that's bad. And if we look at the Bitcoin chart, for instance, and we go out to the daily, and we see that we're right where we were with Bitcoin back here in March. So like the last month and a half here, yeah, we've had some ups and downs here, but it's still just overall a month and a half of sideways trading, a little more up with some excitement over 30K and then back down. That couldn't be maintained right now over 30K. So we're back down here. Now, if we break 27.2, now that's different. 27.2 is my first support line here in yellow. If Bitcoin breaks below that, then we're going to start talking about, yeah, maybe some more bearish moves to the downside. But right now, there's no sign of that. But we do have, 3 days in a row of red candles and working on a 4th day now of red candles. So that is showing some selling pressure on Bitcoin. But overall, we look at Ethereum, and Ethereum is actually up over where it was a month and a half ago. So ETH is actually looking pretty good, but still has 3 red candles, and here's the 4th. And Doge, 3 red candles, but now we're seeing some green in Doge today. So Doge trying to bounce back up here. So that is zoomed out. So what's going on with Dogecoin? Well, yeah, Dogecoin fell more than 6% in 24 hours. Yes. And so if you weren't with me at the beginning of the stream here, that means that I bought. That's right. I bought Doge, bought 50,000 Doge here at 7.12 on the dip. Told you guys I would be buying more, and I did. I also picked up some Link, and I picked up some more HBAR. So still using a diversified portfolio of different things, and I hit some price targets there for those. And I picked up more Render yesterday on Render. I picked up some more Render over here yesterday. So I didn't know today we were going to have a little bit more of a dip, but I picked it up after that dip yesterday and got some more Render there. So so that's my diverse portfolio there. And I think I'm pretty well set now. Again, I would love to get some more Jasmy, and Jasmy has been down now, but I'm not ready to quite buy yet at 006. Again, if I go out to the 4-hour on Jasmy, 006 was my target here, of which it didn't hit it here at the beginning of May. I was looking for it to come down here, and that's where I was going to buy, and it didn't hit and went on a run. So I don't know if we're going to see 0.06 again for Jasmy, but that's my target. But that would mean some more selling pressure there, and I really don't want cryptos to go down that much. So see what happens. We'll see what happens there. All right. So bearish rating, bearish rated Dogecoin falls to 7.22. Dogecoin gets a bearish rating now from Investors Observer, down 6.5%. So a little bit more than the overall crypto market, which is 4.3. So Doge down a little bit more, which is why you buy on the dips, right? Especially Doge. But we have this whole discussion about Bitcoin, ETH, and then all the other altcoins. And typically what you see is when you see Bitcoin and Ethereum dip, the altcoins generally dip at a greater percentage. They're more volatile. And this happens most of the time. And we did have that today as well. So, so that is where, so that's where we see Doge down a little bit more, which is why I bought a little more. You never have too much Doge, right? And then Bitcoin, this BRC20 explosion sends users scrambling for options, including Lightning. But yeah, minting BRC20 really slowing down the blockchain. Now, some of the validators are getting more money off of this, which is good for those on the Bitcoin network, because it's not all the money being made by miners. However, ability to mint huge amounts of tokens out of thin air is what's behind the hysteria. And for users of the blockchain, yeah, a little pain there. So $20 a transaction on Bitcoin is not what you want to be paying, because now you're talking about ETH gas fees. You're getting into that range, and so why would you be building on Bitcoin? So, but Bitcoin fell a bit below 27.5. Yeah. A lot of excitement about meme coins this past week, though. We've been talking about Pepe, we're talking about Wojak, and some others that have been going on. So a lot of excitement there. Jack wants to look at SHIB. Well, we did just take a glance at SHIB, because SHIB was here at 8.9, dipped, and then came right back up. Now at about 8.83. So if we zoom out to the 4-hour on SHIB, we can see that this 10-12 line here, this is my average. This is what that 10-12 line is. Let me get that the right color there. That's my average price of the SHIB that I have. 1060 is resistance, but now that it's dropped this far, we got to see what it's going to take for SHIB to come up. And I think we're probably going to see a rotation as people sell out of Pepe. They may be buying back SHIB, and we'll see whether SHIB responds or not, because SHIB could go on a bit of a run, and we could see that as depending on whether Pepe does a second run or not. If Pepe doesn't do a second run and it keeps going down, like I showed, I think you're going to start to see SHIB make a second run. I know there's a lot of other new tokens coming out, and there's more and more coming out all the time now, because now there's this meme token mania thing, and a lot of people are just going to be trying to hit all these tokens right when they come out. And 99% of them are scams. So be careful. Be careful. But I'm looking for SHIB to make another run, which is why I bought back into it, thinking that the ETH whales are going to be back into SHIB and it's going to go on a run. Now, is it going to be this week? Probably not. This month? Maybe not. This summer? Maybe fall? Some point in time, we're going to see SHIB go on another run. And that's why I bought in. So, and yep, it's overdue for a run, but we'll see. We will see. The longer you're in crypto, the tastier the dips get. Yeah. Next, so hypothetically, you wouldn't buy BTC or ETH if they weren't listed on Binance. You do realize how projects generate liquidity, right? You don't know me, obviously. You don't know me. That's all I'll say. That's all I'll say. But I was in the token game. So I'm not chasing that anymore. So, but I did all right. Yeah, I remember when Coinbase quietly listed Dogecoin. That was like June of 21. And we were all wondering in May, like, why isn't Doge on Coinbase? And then they listed it. And Doge was in the middle of still going down from its all-time high in May and kind of kept going down, unfortunately. So, yep. Yeah, there was the lithium mine in Corpus Christi. You know, Tesla wants to be in charge of its own supply chain. So they're doing it. They're doing it. So step by step. Step by step. What else going on? Bitcoin price prediction as traders get spooked. Where is BTC heading now, right? That's what we want to know, is where is that going to go? Here, this is all the pending transactions. A lot of people are tweeting about that, which is tough for the market. Get all those outflows sort of cleared out of the way. And then here we would go to the price. So during the US trading session, Bitcoin's value fell below 28,000 support, signaling a persistent bearish trend. Well, if we look at the fear and greed index, it's gone from greed to neutral. So now the fear and greed index is right in neutral. So that's like, well, could go either way from here. Could go either way. So if Bitcoin goes below the 50-day moving average, I think it could hit 27.2. So if Bitcoin is going to come down to 27.2, which it just about did earlier today, if it crosses through that, then I think we're more in bearish territory there. So we'll be watching that on Bitcoin. But right now we seem to be leveling off here at about 27.6. And here's Doge. Yeah, 7.26, right where we started at the stream. So Ethereum, gas fees are skyrocketing. There's a trader that had to pay 64 ETH in fees. It's like, wow. So, and this is all the meme tokens, just with the activity just spiking on Uniswap, on the Ethereum blockchain. It's like craziness again with the Ethereum gas fees. So So this was the whale alert, 64 ETH, $119,000 for one single transaction. It's like, wow. I mean, it was probably a big transaction, but that's a lot to pay. That's a lot to pay. And this whole idea that Ethereum going from proof of work to proof of stake, they never said that that was going to lower the gas fees, right? They just said that was going to speed up the blockchain, but that wasn't going to do anything about the gas fees. And some people were tweeting about, Ethereum is a joke because of the gas fees. I'm just like, well, people are still building on it, and it's still the #1 blockchain for smart contracts. So it's doing something right. Doing something right. But, with innovative Lever 2 protocols, Arbitrum Optimism, Polygon zkEVM, but people aren't building so much on them. They want to build right on Ethereum. So we'll see how that plays out. I think the L2s are going to do okay, but right now, I mean, Arbitrum's getting a lot of use, but still more directly on Ethereum going on. And then this buying of Pepe. So here's one. A whale bought 962 billion Pepe with 70 BTC and 470 ETH. Their average price was $31.22. So now, well, at the time this was printed, they were down $541,000. Now it's down even more. So somebody was getting in on the Pepe game big time and is now way down. And then there was another one, 760 billion Pepes with 1.128 ETH at 28.59. But he already held another 4.56 trillion. So big whale, but bought more. So this whale is betting that Pepe is going to go up more. Craziness. Craziness in the market. Jack drove past the Tesla plant. Cool. Matic. Yeah, Matic was below 90 cents. People were waiting for it to go to $1. Now it's at 90.3, but it was down here at 89. So those looking to get into some Polygon, that was a good dip. Nexa thinks BTC should dump. A lot of people were calling for it. I just don't see a huge dump in Bitcoin. Just way too much support. But we'll see. We'll see. Yeah, I'm talking about building other things, not just minting new tokens, but projects. People want to build right on Ethereum. So we'll see. Yeah, so that's overall the market. Here's coin market cap. Here's Dogecoin right here, an eighth, still an eighth after all of this. Dogecoin, still top 10 cryptocurrency, the #1 meme coin, the only real meme coin because all the others are tokens. But Doge has its own blockchain and it's fine. It's a proof of work cryptocurrency and it's doing well, even despite the dip here. So we know Doge will have its day. At some point in time, you know how Doge goes on runs based on catalysts, and that's what Doge will do. It'll generally follow the market. Yeah, we saw a dip in Bitcoin A 4% dip in Bitcoin will be a 6% dip in Doge. But when Doge takes off, we know what'll happen. We've seen it. Here's the Doge Bitcoin chart. And I go back on the 4-hour, and we know that sometimes Doge goes on this big run, and this is compared to Bitcoin. This was on April 3rd. So, yeah, over the past couple weeks, Bitcoin has traded better than Doge as the Doge to BTC pair has gone down. But we know at some point in time, there's going to be a big spike again with Doge that'll get Doge back up at some level above 0.0003% in its trading pair with Bitcoin. So we watch that. On the shorts, well, shorts are up a little bit. Overall, Bitcoin shorts coming up just a little bit. I think there's some people are willing to put money into shorting it, thinking it's going to go down more. We'll see. We've got CPI data coming out on Wednesday, mostly, and I tweeted this earlier. It was a reply tweet that typically that data isn't real because the United States goes back, a month later and then changes the numbers or updates the data. So Wednesday we could see a run for cryptos because those CPI numbers will look good. They'll look better than what it actually is. So that's what I'm guessing is going to happen. We could see a little bit of a sideways day tomorrow on Tuesday, but on Wednesday we could see a little bit of a run. So again, overall right now, let me see, the futures are still pretty flat, 0.07, 0.06, yeah, still pretty flat right now for the futures for tomorrow's stock trading. Just waiting for the inflation data, which will come out on Wednesday, is what that's about. Still waiting for big buys towards the end of the year. Well, that's a long ways off. Not many people thinking about, like you are, Musty, toward the end of the year. The holiday dump will be awesome. I don't know. We'll see where the prices are. There ended up not being a dump or much of a dump in December last year because everyone was already so far down. But 20 years from now, do you think it will be like Idiocracy or like Terminator? Who knows where AI is going to go? Who knows? But it's not going to slow down. It's not going to be paused. That's not going to happen. But we'll see. AI. What else can it do, right? What else can it do? So that's overall where we are on a Monday night. Not much else to say. Again, we had this dip today. It was a good buying opportunity for those that are looking to buy dip. Will it dip further? We could see that right now, though. I'm not. I'm kind of seeing that some recovery here. That's what I'm looking for. Is a recovery, and Wednesday, a little pump, get Doge back up over 7.5 cents. Be a little more comfortable there, and then we'll see where we go from there. Again, I'm looking at the longer term. I'm looking at the 4-year cycles, and there's going to be a bull market next year. So this is accumulation time. That's what I've been doing over the past few months. I've been accumulating. And have a good wide portfolio of a bunch of different cryptos. They'll run at different times. A lot of them will move together, but I mean, we've seen that with Stacks yesterday. Went on a run, which was good, and Jasmy, although Jasmy has retraced a bit today from that, but still didn't have a big dip, this big double dip that we see in Doge. Jasmy didn't do that because it was kind of going on a little run on its own. So that's what I do, is have a nice wide portfolio of different things. Because last year or 2 years ago, when other coins were going on runs, I was like, oh, would have liked to have been in that one. But yeah. So anyway, thanks so much, everyone. Please hit the like button on the way out if you haven't already. Subscribe if you haven't already subscribed to the Kriss Pax channel. I certainly appreciate that support. And we'll see you next time.
Dogecoin, which started as a complete joke, has like skyrocketed to not a joke anymore. It hit an all-time high of almost 10 cents yesterday, but it was so minuscule you wouldn't have understood why you have millions of shares.
Didn't Elon tweet that too?
And arguably, the most entertaining outcome and the most ironic outcome would be that Dogecoin becomes the currency of Earth in the future.